Thank you for joining us for another week of our free 8-week webinar series. I am so proud to be bringing this to you, and I'm so thankful that you joined us. And tonight we have another awesome topic. So tonight, Neha will be discussing the law of attraction and self-worth. So she will be walking you through what really is the difference between self-worth and self-esteem. And then she'll be covering the subconscious programming that is related to an increased self-worth. And then how really is self-worth tied to the law of attraction? And then she'll be concluding with some great tips on increasing your feelings of self-worth, which we all know is incredibly important in anything that we do in life. So, without further ado, I will be presenting to you Neha. But remember, always stay till the end, because we love giving you freebies, and I have something extra interesting for you today.
Hello and welcome one and all to the series of webinars conducted by Mind by Design. I am Neha Pirani, and today I'm supposed to speak to you all about law of attraction and self-worth. I'm supposed to talk about how can we make law of attraction work in our favor in order to boost our self-worth and indirectly increase our self-esteem and self-confidence. Self-worth is so vital to our happiness. If we cannot feel good about ourselves, we cannot feel good about anything. And hence it's so important to feel good about ourselves. And if are you a person out there thinking that you're not capable, you don't deserve anything better in your life, you are not capable of succeeding, then probably this webinar will help you to understand how this thought process works and how can you use a law of attraction to increase your self-worth and get success in your life. So let's go and understand what law of attraction is. I heavily rely on the work done by Bob Proctor. Bob Proctor says that law of attraction is always working whether you believe it or understand it or not. And just imagine law of gravity, we all have studied that. Law of gravity, if you throw something out from your window, it's going to fall. It's law of gravity. It's working continuously whether you are aware about it or not. In the same way, law of attraction is working whether you are thinking about it or not. It's continuous process. I would say in a simple word, law of attraction is just nothing but it's how your thought process and your belief system is working. It is sending a vibration out to the cosmos, and in turn, the universe is sending a message back to it in order to validate what are you thinking and hence you experience exactly what you thought and believed. So if you want to change this cycle, this webinar will help you to understand how to change, alter your mindset in order to attract what you want. How can we break the cycle of scarcity thinking in order to have a state of abundance? Just imagine it's like, law of attraction it functions on law of vibration. As a human being, as you and me and everybody, everything around us has a set rate of vibration which is being sent through the universe. Understand, if you're in a state of abundance and if you believe something will happen to you, that you're sending that vibration out and in turn it's getting back to you in a message form, and ultimately is something which you desire, or the things which you desire happens to you in a metaphysical level. So if you are in a state of scarcity, like you're not capable, I cannot do this, I'm not lovable, you're blah blah, and etc. 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 So what's happening? You're sending that vibration out. Ultimately, you are not attracting back. You are pushing back what is supposed to happen to you. You are not accepting what's good things are around you. You are just pushing back because you are not attracting it. You are not vibrating or giving that vibration the same length. So ultimately, it's getting, away from what you want. So this webinar will help you to understand and realize that For example, what you resist, persist. What you believe, get conceived. Just remember that the way you think is the way you will attract things around you. If you think that, okay, I am not capable, I am not worthy, I won't exceed in my workplace, I will not get A grades in my, course curriculum, is something which you are telling the universe or the cosmos that I am not capable of getting this. So ultimately what happens is you're getting what you desire to. So just understand this fundamental and think about law of attraction working every minute, every second. Whether you want to create love, happiness, whether you desire to have prosperity, whether you desire to have a good relationship, you would like to attract someone, you want to attract your wishes, desire, you want to live your dreams. It's just focusing on law of attraction and what do you think about it is very important. And today we are using this law of attraction and focusing on how we can enhance our self-worth. This is a summary of what I just spoke to you all. It's a very good quote and summarized perfectly. It's not who you are that holds you back. It's who you think you are not. Very important that the way you think about yourself is holding you back. Nothing else is holding you back. So if you are able to change what you think, what you believe, you are able to change what you get. Let's understand how law of attraction works. And Bob Proctor has given this a beautiful mapping out of what he explains to be the functioning of how law of attraction and vibration works with your body. So we have a conscious mind and a subconscious mind. The conscious mind is a mind which is continuously going on and you're turning. Okay, I'm supposed to eat this for my lunch, I'm supposed to cook this for my dinner, I'm supposed to go to bed at this time, I'm supposed to go and shop at this particular place, there's a sale going on, or I'm supposed to plan a date with my boyfriend or my partner. Continuously things are churning. And there is a subconscious mind, which has, I would say it's a blueprint of what you desire or what you think or believe in yourself. So example, your blueprint can be like, your mindset can be like, I am capable, I'm not capable. I'm lovable, I'm not lovable. Either of one. And this is a set, I would say, like a code which is set, like how we have a computer coding. Like, everything has a particular code. When you're functioning, you're operating a PPT or you're, working on your Photoshop or gaming sector, there is a code for it set. If you type that particular code, it gets accepted. If you don't type that particular code, it does not get accepted. In place of jumping a top, you don't use a top bottom, you use a bottom bottom. Of course, you're not supposed to jump. The same way, you have set that mindset, that your belief system is set. And when your conscious mind sends the message down, it kind of filters. Okay, this is acceptable, this is not acceptable because it's matching with the code I have, the mindset that I have. If you think that I'm not capable, today I'm supposed to have a bad day, and you have a mindset that, you always end up having a bad day when, this thing happens or when you have to present because you think that you're not capable of presenting in front of people. So it resonates, it accepts. If it does not resonate, it just disregards. And it takes time for us to change the belief system. And ultimately, whatever resonates, the body then vibrates, sends the message to the cosmos, and then we attract what we desire or believe. And ultimately, we act accordingly. If I think that I'm not capable enough of making a presentation, I'm telling my mind. Consciously, subconsciously. So subconsciously I'm thinking about it. So consciously I'm thinking, oh, how will I go through it? How will I be able to convey what I want to say? There's a self-doubt. I'm thinking about it. My body is giving that vibration to the cosmos. And in turn, what's happened, my body reaction changes. I will start, maybe I will shiver, I will timbre, and then I will stutter in between, or etc. etc. And ultimately that vibration has gone out, you attract what you believe, and ultimately there's a result. Seeing that, hello, you experience the same thing that you're thinking. And Bob Proctor says that if you want to experience something different, you have to change your mindset. You have to consciously work in order to change your mindset, in order to attract what you desire and send that vibration back. If you're just, on the top level, you're thinking about something, it won't help until unless your mind, subconscious mind, has been altered. And that's how law of attraction works, that we are supposed to change that mindset of us, which is, grill inside your subconscious mind. And that's when you will get the result which you want. So just understand that the subconscious mind, what is where your mindsets are, it's according to him, it's called as paradigms. And you have to shift the paradigms in order to change everything. So a small example, imagine that you are a pilot and you have reached a certain latitude, okay, and you set the plane on the autopilot mode. So ultimately, whenever there is a diversion, there is a turbulence, or there is a drop down or drop increase on your latitude based on what you have set, what will happen to the plane? The plane will send a message and start beeping. It will start telling you something. Hello, wake up. You need to set it back because it has been shifted to a different latitude. So what happens? We wake up, we shift it and re-alter it and set on the same level where we desire to be in order to reach our destination. The same way our paradigms work. We have set, our subconscious mind has set that, boundary for us. The moment we are able to achieve something different, it tells you navigate back to that same level back. And hence we cannot experience something else. So if you want to experience something different, here's the time that we change our paradigms, we change our mindset, we change our blueprint in our mind in order to attract and send that vibration out to the universe and say that I deserve it. And I desire to be this. Until unless you don't change your latitude, you don't change your programming, you're not able to do something else. And it takes time. It's not something that you think about today and you are able to achieve it. No, it will take time, it will take practice, it will take your efforts in order to alter your paradigms, in order to achieve or improve results. So today I'm supposed to talk to you all about how to start telling the universe what you want instead of what you don't want. That's a huge difference. How do you think, how do you believe is what you're supposed to tell and vibrate to universe, and ultimately you will get that from him. So if you are able to change that and change what and say and utilize yourself and what do you want will make a huge difference. There are many ways to do that. And of course, if you're thinking about how can I be in the state of abundance, how can I be in a state of having that positive thought process of mindset, myself is based on different factors, of course. And the key is actually to, convince yourself that you have unlimited potential and resources. The once you are able to say that to yourself and believe in that, things will steer and it will change. I think many psychologists and many people have worked on this, and Dr. Dan Siegel has also spoke about abbreviation of charcoal attitude, which I remember is so similar to this. It's like he says that C stands for curious, O stands for open, then A stands for accepting, and L stands for loving. I think if you are able to experience that, you are able to stop your self-critics, that is your mindset, which is stopping you every now and then. And when you're curious enough and you're open enough and accepting what's happening to you, acknowledging it in a very loving manner that this is who I am and I accept it. Self-worth is not dependent on someone XYZ or external factor, that if I have a job, if I have this career, if I have a PhD degree, or if I have a husband and this car, I'm supposed to be successful, or I'm capable enough, or I'm worthy enough, or people will respect me. No, it's not external. Self-worth is something which is internal. How do you feel? Who are you? Or who am I? Is something which will determine your self-worth. If you're placing your self-worth on the external factors, sorry, then you are not driving your own vehicle. Then you have to sit in the back seat and let the driver drive you wherever he or she wants you to go. If you want to go on a particular destination, you have to believe that you are capable of deciding who you are and what you are capable of. And that's when you will start, altering your inner critic, your criticism, because everybody have your inner critic is always working and telling you what kind of work you can do, what can you expect from this, or how will you get the end result of this. You have to start challenging your inner critics, and that's when you will start changing your mindset. So let's see that how can you change your mindset? How can you alter that subconscious mind, your paradigms, in order to achieve and attract what you desire and increase your self-worth? So first technique that I will share is build an ideal image, that of your mind, that what you want to become or what you want and what you desire to be. Visualizing it, is very important thing, that subconsciously you're telling yourself what do you want. You have to, kind of have that emotion or internalize, that emotions to yourself, that feeling. When you're imagining, just close your eyes for a minute and imagine what you want to become. So, what would you like to be? How would you like to imagine yourself in a particular situation? Whether you are unique, whether you're proud of your abilities, whether you think that you're capable of doing this, you're able to present, or you feel that you're capable enough, you want to be capable enough of handling relationship and issues and be lovable and caring at the same time. Whatever the image is, just hold on to that image of yours and kind of dwell onto it. Dwell on that thought process and make it your part, make it internalize, so that you keep going it, keep over and over going through that image of yours in order to make it your personal thing, and make a thought, feeling associated to it. That's when your mind will be able to alter your negative belief which you have set, and which is formed on your thought process and how do you feel. And when you think about this image, you are doing nothing but cancelling off that thought process and negative belief which you have about yourself associating with your thought and feeling. Because when you are imagining yourself, you are attaching your emotions to it, your feelings to it, your thought process is harmony with it. It's very important to understand that you attract whatever is in harmony. If only in the subconscious and conscious mind you're thinking about something, it will not happen to you until you change your vibration. In order to change your vibration, you are supposed to have that energy which will be in harmony to what you desire to be in. Then your mind and body will function on that frequency, and that frequency will attract what you desire. Suppose you desire to be capable of doing something, you have to send that message and alter that subconscious mind, and you have to attach that emotion in your mind and send that vibration in order to move your body into what you really want to achieve. It's about how are you in harmony with what you want and desire to be. The second thing is, having an activity, just take a small break and just think about who am I. Okay, think about few things that you think that who are you, and what image would you like to have in future, or what would you like to be in future. Just take a moment and think about it and try and sink into that as we go through the process of attracting, how law of attraction works, and attracting your self-worth and boosting your self-worth. So the thing is, just to summarize how this work is, it's getting emotionally involved. It's very important. It's not a superficial level. You have to go inside. In order to, scuba diving, you will go straight inside to see the nature, to see the fishes. But until and unless you don't go inside deep, you won't be able to experience that, that feeling or that different world altogether until unless you don't go down. And for going down, you require that emotion attached to it, your thought process attached to it, your feeling attached to it. The moment you have that, the law of attraction is about fully embodying what you are trying to attract, believing that it is already happening to you and allowing it to. If you are attracting something, you are believing something, you have emotion set to it, it's about you believing that that will happen to you. And you cannot say that, okay, I'm thinking this, but I don't think this will happen. Though I think that, I'm capable of getting this, this guy will say yes to me on my proposal day. But I don't think so she will say or he will say yes. No, that's not how you add your emotions. If you're adding your emotions, you're feeling to it, you will feel that that will happen. The moment you feel that, you will follow through. You will put your actions into place. Not only imagining it, you will follow through, trust it that it will happen, and then follow through based on your action. And that's when you are able to truly resonate with your belief, that the new belief you're creating, and erasing the old negative belief that you have about yourself. The second thing is affirmation. I think everybody has talked about affirmation an n number of times, and people out there must have used affirmation in their lifespan. And people say that, it's not effective. I'm not able to get through. And I always say that in the first place, affirmation will have no effect. Okay, it will not have effect on your current situation right away. It requires you to stick on to it day after day after day after day in order to make it really happen and resonate with it. Why do we want to repeat it? Because the moment you repeat, you're able to attach your emotions. You're able to completely sink into that emotion, that state of belief of yourself. The moment you sink into it, that's when the results come. So you require to be very much, passionate, patient in doing it. It's not like a, one-time game changer. No, it's a long journey. It's a long journey where you're going to take a lot of time, a lot of effort in order to get yourself sink into that feeling and send the vibration associated with it. And sometimes I say that people say, no, I'm using it, but I'm not, I cannot see results. And so the small results, which we always start with small, and then we go to our bigger results. So small result, for example, I would just stick to the same example of presentation. As like example that I don't think that I'm capable enough to present. And one fine day after using affirmation, you're able to present in front of two people. You cannot see through it. It's like, okay, it's just 2. But that 2 is also a number which we neglect, which we kind of filter it out. And we say that it's not affecting unless we go in front of 300 people and present something. So it's a small process. It will happen in small bits here and there. And you have to acknowledge that small process or progress that you have made throughout. And that's when you will be able to see the bigger picture of it. It's a long journey. And so using affirmation does not mean that you use today and not tomorrow. You have to practice every single day, every single moment, day after day after day after day, I would say. And that's when you will be able to really feel into it. As you can see on this image, that I have power to achieve great things. Talking about yourself, that I believe in myself, and my growth is continuous process. I will grow out of it. I'm grateful for having all amazing things in my life. The doors of opportunity is always open for me. And having this good set of affirmation in your pocket will really help you to boost your self-worth and increase your self-esteem. by giving that vibration to the cosmos that you want this, and ultimately the universe will give you the same experience that is validating to your thought process and your belief system. So let's take a small moment and just repeat a few things out of me and just see how does it really feels to say this thing to yourself. I accept the good, the bad, and the ugly. I fully accept every part of myself, including my fear, my faults, my behavior, my qualities that I might not be too proud of. This is how and who I am, and I am at peace. And I love myself wholeheartedly. And I'm worthy and capable person to achieve anything in my life. Just feel, if you say these words to yourself, how passionate you are, how loving you are to yourself. You are accepting everything, and then you're telling that you believe in yourself. And with that feeling, how do you guys feel after repeating this? And I think Dr. Jennifer, I believe, has said so right, that she suggests that you find your goal that is bigger than yourself. You're able to, ultimately, if you want to have big dreams, you have to have that bigger than yourself. And that's when you attract yourself. That's when you are able to increase your self-worth. It's by internalizing or instilling and of things instead of chasing things that you temporary that will help you to boost your self-esteem. You have to kind of work on your self-worth by who you are, and by saying this affirmation you are telling yourself truly that who you are and that you believe in yourself. That's when the process starts. And of course, as I'm repeating, it's not a one-time show. It's a regular process. You have to be able to recognize and tell yourself every now and then about what you are capable of. The moment you do that, you are able to have a positive mind. The moment you have a positive mind, you have positive vibes, that is vibration. And ultimately, you have a positive life because you're vibrating at the same level what you desire and you get what you want. So your life is not permanent. Remember, you are not stuck. You have choices. You are allowed to grow and change. This is so beautiful that you have choice no matter what, in what situation you are. You have choice to accept yourself, to love yourself, have self-compassion, and allow yourself to grow from it and not self-sabotage yourself into it. We are here to outgrow and not go back to our cocoon or go back to our shell inside. We are here to come out in the world. The next thing which really helps to set the law of attraction and have the vibration is mindfulness meditation. This is a very well researched topic and it really works wonders when you're using it, when you're being mindful, when you're meditating, because since I would say that it's the best vibration that you can create, a greater source of positive energy, of purifying your intentions. You are meditating, and that's where you are putting the law of attraction in the corner of your square. The moment you are able to do that, the moment you are able to meditate mindfully, remember of who you are and what you are capable of. You are supposed to have that vibration set. It's like attraction. It's like mindfulness is definitely it's like pulling a rug under you which you were staying on for so many years. That rug of the emotion, the vibration of anger, despair, sorrow, fear, about regrets. You are able to naturally clean it and have that high resonating emotion state where you are able to attract what you desire. It works like a magnet, I would say. You are your living magnet. The moment you are meditating, whether you're using your emotions, whether you're using your affirmation, whether you are having that image in your mind, you are acting like a magnet. You attract in your life what is harmony with your dominant thought. That is your belief system we're talking about. We're talking about your mindset. We're talking about the pyramids and the paradigms which needs to be shifted. And you are the whole soul magnet to do so. And while you're meditating, you are attracting that to yourself. You're creating a platform of positive energy around you. You are having a positive thought, positive affirmation about yourself, and you start believing in yourself, and that's when you start having that magnetic effect around you, and attracting what you desire. It's about changing your path. I would say that when you have a negative thought belief system, you are turned into in such a way that you think that that's a reality, and you that shadows your path, and then you experience the same thing because you're believing in it, and you trust that this will happen, and ultimately you're following through with your actions, and that's when what happens is it acts like a shadow across your path. And in order to change the shadow of the path, you need to mindfully think about who you are and attract what you desire with your positive mindset and your openness, your curiosity, and accepting and loving kind behavior to yourself. So don't ever doubt your path. So when you're using this as a fundamental process of enhancing your self-worth, please do not doubt yourself, because the moment you do that, you're validating your subconscious mind, and you are then sending a vibration which is harmony with it. So we are not here to, we are here to change that. The moment you think this, you are, putting water to the plant which is already there. So we are trying to remove that plant from your mind and seed a different new plant. And this is a process. It requires you to have inner work, and you have to put a lot of efforts into that. It's not one-time show. It's not something which will happen in the blink of your eyes, open and close. No. And this way, it's about improving yourself and not sabotaging yourself and putting yourself. So let's sum up what we have already spoken about. It's about manifesting a ritual. The law of attraction works on the ritual that you do every single day and how the message has been passed or vibrated to the universe. It's a process. It will be measured by what you think and not by others. So your self-worth is who you are and what do you feel about yourself, not about what people do think about yourself. And then improving from that point. And so to have that law of attraction work to boost your self-esteem and self-worth, you have to have a very clear desire, a need to be described. It has to be very specific, very precise. And that's when you can ask the universe to do it for you. And you cannot sit on the chair like, okay, I have a desire. I am asking the universe. The universe will not get the message until and unless the subconscious mind has that mindset and has changed the frequency and sending the vibration about it. So to do that, we have to take action. We have to prove and work on yourself in order to have that desired result. And trusting is a very important thing in the process, that you trust what you're doing. Trust that you can achieve that desired image in your mind which you have into your reality. And that will happen. It will happen in small bits or larger, but acknowledging is a main factor. Acknowledging that small change or the larger change that is happening to you and sending a message back to the universe that you have accepted and you're looking forward to it more and more and more. And in this way, you're supposed to clear all your blocks that comes in the way. Of course, we are living in a world where there are a lot of distractions, there are people around, there are many factors which will kind of, distract you from your rituals, from your manifestation. But you have to clear all that up with your affirmation, with your self-image, and reminding yourself your worth. And that's how the process will work for you, and that's how the law of attraction will help you to boost your self-worth. Then I would like to take you to a small quote before I end this webinar series. You create everything that happens to you. Remember that you are the creator. Nobody creates, a future for you. You create for yourself the way you think and you behave and believe in yourself. That's how you're supposed to create a world for yourself. Imagine that you have booked an Uber and you forgot to, type in the destination. Will the person be able to drop you at the particular destination you desire to go? So in order to reach a particular destination, you have to be very clear and precise in telling the person where you want to head towards. And that's where you create your destiny. So always remember that you are the person who is the creator and nobody else. So I thank you everyone to be a part of this series. I hope this webinar will help you to attract or use law of attraction to boost your self-worth. Thank you so much and have a good day.
Hey there, so I told you I had a special extra little bonus today, and that's from Dr. Larissa Shevchuk. She's a chiropractor, healing doula, and registered nurse, and she's going to be taking it right now.
I'm Dr. Larissa Shevchuk, leading nervous system specialist, chiropractor, and registered nurse. I will share with you how law of attraction works in your brain through science. We have a part of our brain called RAS, Reticular Activating System. And what it does, it receives data from all around us and processes it. And we receive millions and millions of data at all times. We can practice how to focus our RAS to cherry pick data that supports us. And I'm going to share with you how we can train our brain to focus. RAS system does exactly that. It helps us focus, and we can train our brain to focus on what we want. And then more of that comes. By focusing our brain, we are strengthening the connections. So it becomes almost like a muscle that's very trained. So your brain automatically starts to think and focus on things you wanted to think about. One of the easiest ways and most effective ways to train our brain to focus is called a stacking habit. And it means that you attach something that you want to be doing on a habit you're already doing. For example, brushing your teeth. We start our day with it and we finish our day with it. So when you're brushing your teeth, I invite you to focus on gratitude. Genuine gratitude for your physical body. What you'll be doing, you'll be entering yourself into parasympathetic healing state of all is well. Because when we feel gratitude, we feel good. We're flooded with good neurochemicals. So you'll be giving yourself a healing session while you're brushing your teeth. So instead of thinking of your to-do list or what's happening around you, if your kids or your partner is talking to you, you're thinking about your to-do list or the email you just read, then you're entering into a stress environment. You're allowing the outside to control your inside. By focusing on gratitude while you're brushing teeth, you are choosing what you're thinking about for that time frame. In that time frame, you're going to be in a healing state, which is very beneficial for us to start off our morning, to have a window of a healing state. And gratitude and acceptance is one of the most healing states we can be in. So not only are you gifting yourself a gift of healing while you're brushing your teeth, you're also training your mind to think. So anytime you brush your teeth, you'll be reminded that this is your stacking habit, to think about things you want to think about. Now, you might want to think that you want a new job, new partner, which is all fantastic. And while we're practicing our brain to focus with RAS, I invite you to sink into gratitude. You can always add what you want and practice with gratitude. When you brush your teeth, thank your teeth for being there, that you're able to brush them. Thank your hands for being there, for able to grip things. Thank your skin for protecting you, for being awake today, for being alive. Generally do a body scan and thank your body. This takes you out of your brain and your to-do list and potential threats or potential worries and brings you back into your physical body. The practice of thanking our physical body, of being in gratitude and acceptance of what is so, is very healing. And you're activating law of attraction with your brain receptor called RAS. You're starting to train the receptor in your brain to focus on things you're grateful for. You will start noticing more and more things in your life that you're really grateful for. And more of them will come. And as you notice yourself in the worry state or thinking something that you don't want to have, bring yourself into the gratitude state of what is so and what you can be genuinely thankful for right now. Now, the stacking habit is brilliant. It's in many books, and teeth brushing is one of the easiest ones, and you can attach it to anything. I highly recommend when you're showering your body, also to go body part by body part as you're washing it, to thank your body. You're focusing your brain to focus on you and what is working, and what is so, and what is good. And the practice of focusing our brains to think those thoughts are making you an expert in law of attraction, because then you can program yourself or you can tell yourself what you want to think. And gratitude and acceptance is one of the most powerful states to be. Thank you for being here and happy practicing focusing our brain.
Thanks for sticking with us till the end. Again, we have some freebies for you. So a special offer from Dr. Larissa Shevchuk. Please take it away.
I'm Dr. Larissa Shevchuk, leading nervous system specialist, chiropractor, and a registered nurse. My gift to you is to join a same-minded community that is led by me. It is Quantum Healing Vortex. It's on Facebook, the community, or Moon Energy Club Facebook community, which follows the moon cycles and the energy of day to day, and a complimentary 30-minute consultation on the phone or over the video, where we get to explore a health issue you've been dealing with. And by the end of the call, you will have at least one action that you can take forward to resolve this issue or to move it forward. I'll provide a link where you can register for the call, and I hope to see you in my Facebook community. Thank you for being here.
Hi, and thank you for staying with us till the end of the webinar on self-worth and the law of attraction. And as always, we have some freebies or contests for you. So all you have to do is subscribe for our newsletter, and you'll be entered into a prize draw for a Raw Goodies product. So much great stuff, all natural product line, and it's all around the concept of self-care and self-worth. So don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next week.